Good morning. I'm Jan, and I'm here to share story time with you. I have my friend Daniel Tiger, and we have some friends sitting around us that are going to listen to our story, so we hope that you'll join us too. Our story is Look for the Helpers, adapted by Alexandra Cassel. Daniel Tiger was outdoors with Dad Tiger when he saw that the dark clouds were filling up the sky. "I think there's a big storm coming to our neighborhood," Daniel said. Dad said, "That's right. Our friends are coming tonight so that they have a safe place to stay during the storm. It's part of our safety plan." Soon the sky became darker, and then the rain went whoosh, and the loud thunder went boom. I don't like storms so much," Daniel said. Daniel felt real worried. But Mom and Dad were there, and they told him that grown-ups are here to keep you safe. And then they sang, "Take a grown-up's hand, follow the plan, and you'll be safe." Well, that made Daniel feel a whole lot better because he wanted to know now what is the plan. "The first part of our plan," Dad said, "is to find a safe place inside." Well, that made Daniel feel a whole lot better because he knew his home was a safe place. So they went back inside the house. Later that evening, Katerina Kitty Cat, the owl, and their families needed a safe place for the storm, so they came to Daniel's house for a family sleepover. Well, Daniel was wishing it was sunny outdoors so that they could play. "Hey, do you want to play make-believe with me?" Daniel asked his friends. "Let's make believe that we're playing outside in all kinds of weather. In the springtime, we have rain and we can splash in the puddles, and come fall, we'll play in the leaves. And then when it's winter, we can build a snowman or make a snow angel. And when it gets hot in the summer, we will swim in my swimming pool." Doesn't that sound like fun? "Okay, Mom, what's the next part of our safety plan?" Daniel asked. Well, Mom said the next step was to make sure that they had an emergency supply kit. So Daniel found a flashlight and some water and a first aid kit to put in their supply kit. Then, all of a sudden, the lights went out. "Who turned off the lights?" Daniel asked. "Well, sometimes when a big storm happens, it can make the lights go out," Dad said. "But we're right here, and you're safe." And then he remembered the song, "Take a grown-up's hand, follow the plan, and you'll be safe." Even though the lights went out, Daniel and his friends still had dinner. Dad lit candles, and he made sandwiches, and they had a terrific inside picnic. And soon it was bedtime, so Katerina and slept in their sleeping bags on Daniel's bedroom floor. "I really like everyone around," Daniel said. "It makes me feel really safe." Having a safe place to sleep was the last part of the emergency plan. In the morning, the rain stopped and the storm was over. Daniel looked out his window and he saw tree branches and leaves and debris on the ground everywhere. This storm had left a really big mess. Dad Tiger said that when he was young and he would see scary things, his mother would tell him to look for the helpers. There will always be people helping. Later that day, it was safe for Katerina Kitty Cat and the owl and their families to return to their treehouse, so they went home. When Trolley had to stop in the road because of branches on the ground, Daniel got scared. But then he remembered to look for the helpers. Who do you see? Daniel saw Mr. McFeely. He was helping pick up tree branches. Thank you for helping, Mr. McFeely, Daniel called. The Tiger family went around the neighborhood to make sure that other neighbors were safe too. Who do you see? At the castle, Prince Wednesday and his family were helping clean up. And who's at the museum go-round? Miss Elena and her mother. They were helping clean up the neighborhood too. When Trolley reached the clock factory, Daniel and his family saw that a big tree had fallen down in front of it. Daniel got scared, and then he remembered the song. Take a grown-up's hand, follow the plan, and you'll be safe. He reached for his dad's hand, and then they looked for the helpers. Who do you see? Daniel saw the firefighters who were helping move the tree. Even Trolley was a helper. Trolley pulled the tree away from the clock factory. And Daniel was a helper. He planted a brand new tree to help everyone remember how they all helped the neighborhood after the big storm. The big storm was a little scary, but Daniel felt so much better when he looked for the helpers, and there were lots of helpers. So I want to thank you for joining Daniel Tiger and me today, and our friends, for our Looking for the Helpers book. And I want to remind you to look for the helpers this week in your neighborhood, in your school, wherever you might be. And remember that you can always be a helper too. You can lend a helping hand at home with mom doing dishes, maybe your teacher in the classroom, or your neighbor next door. So we hope you'll join us next week, and we want you to have a great week, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye.